Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening to everyone. Namaste. Welcome to our YCB, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India Yoga Certification course conducted by Swami Vivekaanda Yog, Manchiryal, Telangana, India. Today our topic Vedas and Upanishads. Our speaker is Dr. Swapna from Nellore. Please continue, madam.
Good evening, one and all. So in the last class, we were discussing about the origin of yoga, etymology of the yoga, definitions of yoga, etc. So today we will be discussing about the evolution of yoga. So as per our records, we can say that yoga was first introduced to the Western people by Swami Vivekananda in the year 1893 when he visited Chicago for his speech. So the young Swami Vivekananda, when he visited Chicago, he introduced or he talked about Sanatana Dharma and all those things. At that time, this yoga was also, he described a little bit about the yoga. So that could be marked as the beginning of modern yoga era for our origin of yoga. So up to now, until the last session, we discussed about the pre-classical period, pre-Vedic period, post-classical period, and after that, the modern yoga, we can identify that Swami Vivekananda has introduced to the Western people. After Swami Vivekananda, many more philosophers, a lot of them have worked on yogic philosophy. For example, Krishnamacharya, who has introduced the Ashtanga Yoga, B.K.S. Iyengar garu, who has introduced the Iyengar Yoga. Then comes Pattabi Joish and then T.K.V. Desikachar, who has introduced Vinyasa Yoga. Then Swami Sivananda garu, who has introduced the Sivananda School of Yoga. Yogendra Ji, the Yoga Institute. Swami Kovalyananda Ji, who has been associated with Kaivalya Dhama Health Institute in Lonavala, and Swami Satyananda Ji, who is related to Bihar School of Yoga, and many other yogis like Rama Yogi, Maharshi Mahesh Yogi, Ravi Shankar Ji, who belongs to Art of Living, Ramdev Ji belongs to Patanjali Yoga Pit, and then H.R. Nagendra Ji SVYASA, and then Isha Yoga Center, which is founded by Jaggi Vasudev Ji. If you see, there have been many more people after Swami who has introduced and who has preached, supported yoga in different forms, in different traditions to the modern people. Ultimately, till now we were discussing the definition of yoga, origins of yoga. So if anyone asks what is the main aim of yoga, it is only moksha, which is also known as Kaivalya, which is also known as Nirvana. So it is the state where a person wants to be ultimately free from all the desires. So yoga helps you to free from all the desires, free from all the miseries, free from all the sufferings from the life. So it can be said that the primary goal of yoga is to gain balance and control in one's life, to free from all the confusions and distress which are caused by the day-to-day life situations, and also to provide and instill a sense of calmness in our body by the practice of yogic asanas and pranayamas, to install optimism. Optimism means when a situation occurs, no need to feel bad or no need to be negative from that situation. Always have some positive attitude, that is optimism. To focus better on your task and to remove all the obstacles to reach your goal. And always yoga helps you to overcome the limitations of your body. Limitations in the sense, if a person is overweight, if he starts practicing yogic philosophy, yogic lifestyle, he could reduce his weight. This is just an example. There are many more situations. If a person is suffering from thyroid gland, he can practice some of the asanas and get rid of thyroid so that he can normalize or make the thyroid hormones which is producing in the body to a uniform level. In the case of diabetes, like whatever the limitations of the body are there, it could be overcome with the help of yoga. And yoga helps you to improve the postures. If the posture is wrong, you will be getting the back pain, neck pain, sciatica, so many things, so many body alignment problems will be occurring if your posture is not right. So yoga helps you to improve the posture. It also helps you to take a lot of that oxygen is given to each and every cell present in your body. When oxygen is given to each and every cell, it helps us to remove the toxins which are present in your body. So how we are able to take the oxygen? With the help of pranayama. If you start practicing pranayama, you will be able to take more amount of oxygen. And also yoga helps you to have an optimum functionality of all systems which are present in your body: major system, respiratory system, digestive system, endocrine, muscular, skeletal, exocrine system, excretory system. So all these systems will work to their optimum level. And when we are saying about the benefits and the aims of yoga, many people get confused with the asanas and exercises. They think that yoga and exercises are same. It is not the case. The first and foremost difference is yoga always acts at a subtle level. Subtle level in the sense, not which subtle means that is which can't be seen. Yoga takes care of each and every joint, each and every cell present in your body. Whereas if you start practicing physical exercises or gym related exercises, they concentrate more on the physical movement, what that is seen outer side. They won't go and act on the subtler level. Subtler levels means on the joints level or on the cellular level. Those things are not possible with the help of physical exercises. But when you're practicing yoga, the basic principle in yoga itself is self-awareness. So whatever you are doing, you have to be aware of each and every asana. When you are doing an asana, you should be aware of the movements. When you are aware of the movement, automatically you will be aware of your breathing pattern. When you are aware of your breathing pattern, that means you are concentrating on one thing. So body, mind and soul are working together for some purpose. This is not going to happen in the exercises. So that's the first and foremost reason. That is, exercises won't give you self-awareness. And when you start practicing exercises, you get strained. All your muscles will be getting strained. Whereas when you practice yogic practices, it goes in a slow pace, it goes in a very comfortable pace, and never yoga says that you should practice advanced asanas. It will help you to attain flexibility by practicing advanced asana, but you need to start step by step. First of all, you gain expertise in simple exercises, simple asanas, then you can go for the advanced asanas. And these are some of the asanas practice. I am not going to discuss all these. Almost all of these benefits I have discussed. Pranayama, if you start practicing pranayama, you will increase the pranic activity or life force in our body. When pranic activity or life force is increased, it develops awareness of our mind and establishes control over the mind. So some of the misconceptions of yoga. First and foremost misconception which I discussed was asanas. Asanas many people think as exercises, which is not the case. Second thing is, many people think that yoga is not a challenging activity. It won't help you to improve your cardiovascular system, or it won't help you to increase the CVR. CVR is cardiovascular rate, our breathing pattern, our heart rate. But if you start practicing some variations of yoga, for example, power yoga. Power yoga is actually an Arabic in nature. If you start practicing it, you will improve strength in your muscles. And also, if you start practicing Ashtanga yoga style, it would increase the intensity. Because of intensity, you could improve strength in your body. And also, in some cases, yoga should not be practiced by expectant mothers. Right now, many people are taking and practicing pregnancy yoga, but it should be done under supervision of a experienced yoga teacher. So, misconceptions of yoga is the foremost one: yoga should not be mixed with exercises. Second one, don't think that yoga is not challenging and yoga won't help our cardiovascular workout, but it definitely will help you to improve your heart rates, and also, definitely improves your heart rate. Now we are coming to the teachings of the Vedas. Last week, when we were connecting, we explained there are 4 Vedas. Veda has been derived from the root word vid. Vid means to know. Vid means to understand. Vid means knowledge by itself. With knowledge by itself, in the sense, when you start reading Vedas, you will know what is meant by knowledge, knowledge by self, when you start practicing it or reading the Vedas, reading and understanding the essence of Vedas, it will help you to acquire knowledge by yourself. And there is another meaning, with means to be with the God, to get merge yourself with the God. And there is another meaning to obtain salvation, that is to obtain moksha. So you multiple choice questions. What does with means? So you just remember these things. With means to know, to be, and to obtain. And there are 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda, which we have discussed last week. Right now, again, we are going to go a little bit depth into the Vedas. So the Rig Veda consists of 1028 mantras or hymns. Hymns are nothing but some shlokas. Yajur Veda, it deals with the procedure of sacrifices, that is yagnas. Sama Veda, it deals with the Indian music, how the music would be. Music consists of chandas, etc. So it contains of mantras and music. Atharva Veda, it deals with the medical sciences. We need to remember that Vedas are not written by any human being. Vedas are termed as apaurisheya. Apaurisheya means no human being has written the Vedas. They are given by the God to the sages or rishis. They are given to the human beings, or human beings in the sense high people who are having high knowledge, that is sages or rishis. They were given with the help of contemplation or meditation. So God has given the knowledge of Vedas to the rishis. And it has been believed that Vedas were transferred with the help of Shruti. Shruti in the sense by hearing. Shruti is hearing by the rishis in the deep states of meditation. So God has transferred the knowledge of Vedas from, with the help of meditation. Medium of transmission is meditation, from God to the mind of the sages and rishis. So when we come to Vedas, as we said, okay, Vedas are Shrutis, that means the sages have heard. Opposite to Shrutis, there is another set of scriptures where we say it is as Smriti. Smriti means remembering. Smriti. There are some Manusmriti. There are some books or Indian epics where the knowledge has been transferred in the form of memory from the rishis to the from the God to the rishis. Both Shrutis and Smritis combined together as Indian epics. I will show you the diagram so that you can understand. So all the Vedas are divided or classified into these as shown in the figure. So first few things are known as Shrutis. Then they were divided as Smritis. Smritis means which are written with the help of memorizing. Then came Itihasas. Then came Puranas, then Agamas, then Darshanas. So when you consider Shrutis, Vedas come under Shrutis. And as we said, there are 4 Vedas. Yajur Veda has 2 broad categories, Krishna Yajur Veda and Shukla Yajur Veda. And each and every Veda, so we said 4 Vedas, each and every Veda has some parts. So if you imagine Veda as a book, each and every book has some chapters. So those chapters are Mantra Samhitas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, Upanishads. So each Veda will have 4 parts: Mantra Samhitas, Brahmanas, Aryankas, and Upanishads. Each and every Veda has Upavedas. So an analogy which I could give you is, you might have studied English literature or Telugu literature in your schools, where in addition to textbooks, standard textbooks, you will be having non-details also. Similar kind to that, each and every Veda has some Upavedas. Upa means nearer, which gives the essence nearer to the main Veda. So these Upavedas are Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, Ardhashastra. Besides Upavedas, there are Vedangas. What is meant by Vedangas? So suppose if I want to write a book, or just take a simple example. If I ask you to write a letter requesting leave to your son or to your daughter from the school. So if you are writing a letter, you can't simply write that my daughter is going, we are having a marriage, I need to ask my daughter, my daughter won't be coming to the school. We can't simply write like that. A letter should have a proper format, date, city, or from which place you are writing, we will be writing that. We will be writing the two parts to whom we are addressing, and we will write from part from who is writing, and we will write the subject line, and then we will end with a yours sincerely or yours faithfully. So it has some structure. So each and every Veda should have a structure. That structure is Vyakarna. They are known as Vedangas. Vyakarna should be there. Jyotisha, Nirukta, Siksha, Chandas, Kalpasutras. So you have to remember this entire, this part. How many Vedas are there? 4 Vedas. In these 4 Vedas, Yajurveda has 2 parts, Krishna Yajurveda, Shukla Yajurveda. Vedas are divided into 4 parts, and each and every Veda has Upavedas, and each and every Veda should satisfy or should follow Vedangas. So these 6 Vedangas also you should be able to remember. A multiple choice question would be asked in this way. Which one among this is not a Vedanga? Vyakarna, Jyotisha, Dhanurveda, Nirukta. So you should be able to pick out Dhanurveda. So that's why you should be able to remember all these things. Besides Shrutis, now let us come to the classification of Smriti. Shrutis are heard. After hearing, the sages has written the Vedas. Smritis are Manusmriti, Yajnavalkya Smriti, Parashara Smriti. So these are the 3 Smritis in our Indian Sanatana Dharma. Then comes Itihasas, they are Ramayana and Mahabharata. Then comes Puranas, 18 Puranas are there. We will be discussing that. Then comes Agamas, then comes Darshanas. Now, since you have seen the broadest classification, let's go a little bit. As we said, each and every Veda is divided into 4 parts. What are Samhitas? What is present in Samhitas? Samhitas contains mantras, chantings, shlokas. What does Samhita tell us? What to do with these mantras or hymns? Why we should chant them? If a person starts chanting these mantras, hymns or chants, he will get so many powers. He will acquire powers. He will be able to directly talk with the deities, that is gods. Samhitas are nothing but a collection of mantras to attain awareness so that you can directly talk with the deities. Whereas Brahmanas, they are mostly in the form of prose. What is the difference between prose and poetry? Prose is like paragraphs. So Brahmanas are mostly in the kind of proses. It is made up of rituals and prayers. Rituals in the sense, you people might have done this Ganesha Chaturthi recently, right? So if you are praying Ganesh Chaturthi, you will have that book, right? In that book, there will be a lot of mantras, and also if you are doing that Ganesha Vrata, we will be reading some stories at the end of that book. So you can just imagine that Brahmanas are similar to that, where how to keep the deity, Pratishta, how to do Pratishta of that deity, how to decorate that deity, what should we do for the Homa, with what flowers we should be able to pray to the deity. So all those things will be written in the Brahmanas. They contain different kinds of methods to conduct the yagnas, and also what are the sacrifices we should do. Sacrifices in the sense, Godanam, how to donate cows, how to donate other things. So all those sacrifices will be written in Brahmanas. We do all those things to get some powers. Human being, whoever it is, if they are doing these Brahmanas, they want to acquire some powers for higher purposes. So for that reason, they used to do these Brahmanas. The third one, Aranyakas. The name itself, Aranyaka. Aranya means forest. So these are some of the practices or some of the rituals which should be practiced after the Gruhastha Dharma. So at the age of 60, when you have finished all the responsibility as a Gruhastha, when you go into the forest, what are the things a person should do? These are explained in the Aranyakas. Whereas the last one, so 3 parts are done: Samhitas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas. Last one are the Upanishads. Because this is the 4th part and the last part of Vedas, these are also known as Vedantas. Just understand. This is the 4th part of the Vedas. This is the last part of the Vedas, that is Antam of Vedas. So Upanishads also known as Vedanta. And the word Upanishad is made up of 3 words: Upa, Ni and Shad. Upa means nearby, sitting. Ni, devotedly, with lot of attention. Shad means near to the God. So, if a person is able to near a guru, and sitting means not simply sitting, with lot of devotion, so that he can earn some knowledge from the guru, is known as Upanishad. So the whole Upanishad is made up of 3 terms. You might get a question like this: Upa means, one multiple choice question. And hence, the knowledge which is passed from the guru to the Sishya is known as Upanishad. Being the 4th and last part, we say that it is the Vedanta. Right. Usually, the Vedantas. So, just a simple example. Don't mind why don't think that I am telling this example. So, if you see a cinema, your husband or some of your friend has gone to cinema and has gone to a movie, come back, you would be asking, what is the climax of the story? What is the end of the story? Is it a happy ending or is it a sad ending? So, you can determine from the climax of that story whether it is happy or sad, and you will define the genre of that genre, in the sense whether it is a comedy movie, whether it is a romantic movie, whether it is a criminal movie, whether it is a faction movie. So Vedantas are nothing but our Upanishads. They give the essence of the Vedas. So each and every Veda, they have some Upanishads which give the essence of the Vedas. Hope I am clear. Actually, this chapter itself, it's a very big chapter, but many questions are going to come here and many words are confusing. So don't get confused. Vedanta is also known as Upanishads. Our Upanishads are also known as Vedantas. Vedantas, nothing but gives the essence of the Vedas. Just remember these points. Now let's go to the next slide. So we have discussed the classification. Now let's go a little bit deeper into the Rig Veda. So Rig Veda, as we said, each and every Veda has 4 parts, right? See, Samhitas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, Upanishads. The same broader classification. Sama Veda also 4 parts. Yajur Veda 4 parts. Other Veda 4 parts. Rig Veda, it is the oldest of all the Vedic texts. 1028 mantras are there. Sama Veda is known as the second Vedic text. Consists of sounds and chants. Yajur Veda 2 parts. Krishna Yajur Veda and Shukla Yajur Veda. Krishna means black. This is one multiple choice question. Krishna means black. Atharva Veda, it is known as the newest Vedic text. It contains rituals for everyday's life. For example, learning, how to do marriage, how to do Antim Samskar, how to do Garbhadana Samskar. So there are many around. The Shodasa Samskaras will be there. 16 Samskaras must be followed once a person gives birth up to his death. When we come into this world, they will do us this what we say, Pumsavan. From that samskar until we go and merge with the soil. So each and every stage there are samskaras. So this 16 samskaras will be explained in the Atharva Veda. So what is Samhitas? They contains mantras. Brahmanas, nothing but rituals and ceremonies. Aranyakas, test on the rituals. Upanishads regarding meditations, etc. This is one other classification, a little bit wider classification. We will come to this later. Since we were discussing about Upanishads, Upanishads forms the major chunk of philosophy which is followed by many rishis. Of course, Vedas are important. Out of Vedas, every Veda has some Upanishads. Every Vedanta has given some essence of the Vedas, right? So these Vedantas are known as Upanishads. 108 Upanishads have been discussed out of 4 Vedas. Out of 4 Vedas, we have identified 108 Upanishads. Out of this 108 Upanishads, 10 Upanishads are very much important. There are many Upanishads. How many? 108. Out of this 108, 10 Upanishads are very much important. As we said, if you have any doubt regarding any samskara, if you have any doubt regarding how to do a ritual, you can go and refer any one of the Upanishads to clarify that doubt. So whatever is written in that book, that should be taken as a standard. So usually they are generally accepted as authentic test. So if you have any doubt regarding any religious issue or any religious work or how to do any homa, whatever it is, any religious situation, you can go and refer the Upanishads. The goal of each and every Upanishad is ultimate freedom, that is the moksha, that is the salvation, that is the nirvana. So usually Upanishads are also synonymously known as rahasya or secret. This is one other multiple choice. Upanishads generally known as a synonymous to rahasya or secret. What rahasya or secret? Secret of humanity. What is the secret of humanity? To merge with the Parabrahman. That is the secret. That secret, how to reach to that Parabrahman, is given by the Upanishad. So, usually we say these Upanishad teachings are mystery. So, this should be dealt with very much care. That means you can't just simply read a Upanishad and know the secret. You need to read it again and again, because every time you read one word or one simple shloka, it gives different meanings in different contexts. So, you should be read, then only you will get the essence of that particular Upanishads. And similar to Vedas, where we said it was not written by human, Upanishads are also not written by any human author. There are no authors for Vedas, there are no authors for Upanishads. All the Upanishads are pre-Buddhistic era, that is before Christ. This Upanishad usually consists of very small statements. For example, Tattvamasi. This bit, you will get a multiple choice. Tattvamasi is given in which Upanishad? Chandogya Upanishad. So each and every Upanishad like this, there are some strong points, some small sutras will be there. Om was given by Mandukya Upanishad. Like that, in Chandogya Upanishad, Tattvam Asi. The meaning of Tattvam Asi, we will discuss it later. Tattvam Asi. So this was given by Chandogya Upanishad. Usually, our Indian philosophy, if you consider Indian philosophy, the topmost fountainhead is the Upanishad. So you might get a question, which is the basis of Indian philosophy? The basis of Indian philosophy is the Upanishads. We'll go to the next one. So some of the teachings of the Upanishads, the first one is, one of the Upanishad has explained about Brahman and Atman. Brahman is the ultimate reality. Brahman is the ultimate reality, whereas Atman is known as the individual consciousness. Brahman is the God, super consciousness. Atman is myself, that is the self-consciousness. Brahman is also known as universal consciousness or truth. So always a person wants to explore out. He wants to explore other things, but that is not the right way. If you want to reach the Parabrahman, you have to explore yourself, you have to explore the truth to reach the Brahman. So this has been given in one of the Upanishads. In general, Atman and Brahman are essentially the same. The second point which was given by Upanishad was monism. Monism or idealistic monism. It says that reality is one and it is idealistic. There is no Brahman, there is no Atman, there are not two persons, there is only one person. That is myself. So it says that ideally there is only one thing, that is myself. Next comes, in one other Upanishad, it was given or explained about Maya. Usually we say, this entire world is in Maya, we say, right? What is meant by Maya? Illusion. Maya means illusion, something which is not visible. There is some, say suppose a curtain is front of my eyes. Behind the curtain, there might be something, but While I am facing the curtain, I might think someone is standing there. I might think someone is eating food. I might think a movie is playing on. So the illusion is whatever is in your mind, you will think that is present behind the curtain. That is not the case. So every human being or the entire world is full of illusion, Maya. So that illusion is created by Brahman. So we should be able to reach the Brahman by surpassing that illusion. How to surpass that illusion? With the help of Nama and Rupa. So every person has some name. Every person has some Rupam. Rupam means structure. We should be able to get rid of our Nama and Rupa so that we can reach the Brahman. So once you remove that illusion, you can reach the God. So this was also described in one of the Upanishads. There is one other Upanishad known as Taittiriya Upanishad. In Taittiriya Upanishad, they have discussed the concept of Panchakoshas. Panchakoshas. If you have finished your VYASA, there you might have discussed about there are Panchakoshas. Panchakoshas are nothing but 5 sheets, 5 layers which covers our body. If I am a person, if I am the soul, if I am the Atman, myself has been covered by 5 layers. First one is Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. I think you might have gone through. This concept will again come later. So the Atman, Atma in the sense the soul, presence inside our body. This is the temple. Our body is the temple. And the deity of this temple is ourself, the Atma. This Atma stays inside, very inside. That is the heart cave. This is known as Guha. In this Guha, our deity, who is the deity? Ourself, our soul. Our soul stays inside. So to go inside the soul or to darshan the soul, you have to cross 5 layers, 5 griha. In the sense, if you want to go and see Sri Venkateshwar Swami, Balaji Bhagwan, you need to go through 7 doors, right? You can't just simply from the first door, you can't see the entire God. So you have to you have to travel from first door, again second door, third door, fourth door. When you go near to the 7th door, when you cross the 7 boundaries or 7 dwaras, sapta dwaras, then only you will be able to see the God. In the same way, you have to remove all the 5 layers. You have to remove your 5 layers. You have to know the consciousness to reach. You have to know the path to see yourself. That is the Atma. So this theory was given in Taittiriya Upanishad. So when you come to Annamaya Kosha, it is prepared from Annam. That is the food. Pranamaya Kosha, that is prana. It is prepared by the energy, the breath, which we inhale and exhale. Manomaya Kosha, it is prepared by our thoughts, our mind. Vijnanamaya Kosha, it is prepared by our intellect, that is the wisdom, how we think. And Anandamaya Kosha is the pure bliss. Once you know the door to open, that is the last door, Anandamaya Kosha, if you are revealing yourself, then you are merging yourself. That is the last one, Anandamaya Kosha. One more concept which was discussed was Panchabhutas. Panchabhutas, nothing but so Panchabhutas, earth, that is Prithvi, water, that is known as Aap, fire, Tejas, air, Vayu, ether, Akasha. You need to remember these Sanskrit terms because one exam they gave what is Aap. What is Aap? So what is Aap in the sense they will give 4 values: fire, air, ether and water. You should be able to identify as water. So these are the 5 fundamental elements. These 5 fundamental elements are known as Stula Bhutas. Stula means which we can see. Kanipinchevi, which we can see. For each and every Stula Bhuta, there is a Sukshma Bhuta which we can't see. For each and every Stula Bhuta, there is a Sukshma Bhuta. What are the Sukshma Bhutas for each and every Stula Bhuta? For example, for earth, that is order, flavor, form, touch and sound. These are known as action organs. These are also known as Sukshma Bhutas. So all the Sukshma Bhutas help us to prepare the Sthula Bhutas. Sthula Bhutas are made up of Sukshma Bhutas. Next teaching which has been given by Upanishad is Paravidya and Aparavidya. Paravidya. So whatever the knowledge which we are acquiring or whatever the knowledge which we are reading is divided into two parts, Para and Apara. Para is known as the higher knowledge. Aparavidya is known as the lower knowledge. The Paravidya, it is the knowledge of the Brahman or transcendental knowledge. It is also known as the complete knowledge. Aparavidya is a fragmentary knowledge. So knowledge will be given in fragments. Para is full, Apara is fragment. Just remember these 2 points, you might get a multiple choice. Para is complete knowledge, Aparavidya is the fragmentary knowledge. Of course, there is no conflict. This is also valid, this is also valid. But only the thing is, it is complete, it is fragment. Next, one more teaching which was given by Upanishad is self. How many states of self has been explained? 4 states of self has been explained. Waking, dreaming, dreamless, deep sleep. Waking, Jagran, spelling mistake it is Jagran, to wake up, Jagran. Dreaming, Swapna Avastha. Dreamless or deep sleep, Sushupti Avastha. Turaya, that is the super consciousness. So 4 states of self. Every person, while he is sleeping or while he is going into deep sleep or while he is resting in the night, he will be going through 4 stages of avasthas: Jagrana Avastha, Swapna Avastha, Sushupti Avastha, and super conscious, that is Turaya Avastha. So you need to remember these 4 states. So the multiple choice question, Turiya means dreaming, dreamless, super conscious, or Jagran. So just remember the meanings of this. So in the last 2 states, that is in the first 2 states, that is the waking state and dreaming states, these are the functions of the mind. When you go to sleep, sometimes in the morning when you wake up, you will say, hey, yesterday I had a very good sleep. I had a very sound sleep. One day you might say, I have tried a lot, but I was not able to sleep properly. How you are able to recollect that it was a sound sleep? How you are able to recollect? You should not be able to recollect, right? If you are in sound sleep, how you are able to identify yourself that it was a sound sleep? Because your mind is registering. Even when you are sleeping, your mind is aware of what is happening. So that's why you are able to say that yesterday night it was a sound sleep. Yesterday night I have gone through a dream. These are all possible because of the state of your mind. So that is waking and dreaming are the states of the mind. The other 2 states, which are the supermental, that is the deep sleep, and Turiya, they are the states of the Atma, which we can't identify. Of course, you can identify when you get the powers. When you get the Astasthiti, you might go through the last 2 states. As of now, a normal human being can understand about the Jagrana and dreaming state. So this is up to the Upanishadic knowledge. So 10 points you should remember: Brahman and Atman, idealistic monism, Maya, Panchabhutas, Panchakoshas, Paravidya, Aparavidya, 4 states of self. So these are all Upanishads. So we have discussed Vedas, different parts of Vedas, Vedangas, Upanishads, important teachings of Upanishads. Now we are moving to Agama and Puranas. Have you ever, when you are visiting any temple, you might be checking, ye Agamam Prakaramu ee gudini kattaru. Based on which Agama the sculptures were built or the temple architecture was built. So Agama usually deals with the architecture. So Agama is based upon Shiva style or based upon Shakti style or based upon Vaishnava style. So Agamas in general are Shrutis, which are here. Agamas are revered as Shrutis. They are passed down from generation to generation. Each and every Agama believes on some religious and philosophical teachings. So Each agama deals with 4 topics, similar to Vedas, where each and every Veda has Brahmanas, Samhitas, Aranyakas, Upanishads. Each and every agama has 4 parts. First one, philosophical and spiritual knowledge. It will discuss the philosophy and the basis of the spiritual knowledge of that particular one. Second one, it discusses about the mental discipline and the yoga. Third one, it discusses about the construction of the temples and how to sculpt and carve the figures of the deities. Fourth one, what are the rules to be performed in that particular temple? What are the festivals to be followed? What are the rituals to be followed? So each and every agama has philosophy and spiritual knowledge, yoga and mental discipline, how to carve the figures of the deities, rules that should be followed in the temples. So these agamas, they are divided into 3 sects. Shaiva agamas, who praise, or the center deity is the Shiva, which is also known as the ultimate reality. Vaishnava agamas, which believe Vishnu, or which round entire philosophy runs through Vishnu, who is believed as the ultimate reality. Shakti agamas, or the Shakta agamas, where tantras are followed, where Shakti, that is Mata, that is the Prakruti, Parvati Devi, those who believe women, Shakti as the ultimate reality. So agamas are divided into 3 parts. You should remember agamas are 3 sects: Shaiva, Vaishnava and Shakti. So all these 3 agamas have these 4 parts based upon which we will be following prayers, rituals, etc. Now we are coming to Puranas. Vedas finished, Upanishads finished, Agamas finished. Next we are coming to Puranas. So if you see Puranas, there are many Puranas. Around 18 Puranas have been discussed: Garuda Purana, Vishnu Purana, etc. So all these Puranas are part of the Sanskrit literature, and they are mostly helpful to know the history, and also they present the principles of the Indian knowledge, Sanatana Dharma, etc. They are all written according to the Vedic principles, and each and every Purana follows some topics that is known as Sarga. You should be able to remember this Sarga. Sarga is nothing but Srishti Rachana, how the creation has happened. Srishti ela jarigindi. So each Purana discusses about Sargas. That Sarga is nothing but Srishti Rachana, and also Prati Sarga, Pralayam. Creation ante important, destruction ante important. So what is meant by Sarga? Creation. Prati Sarga, opposite of Sarga, that is the delusion, that is the destruction. We discuss about that one also. From creation to destruction, the Vamsa is particular sect. Vamsa anu Charitram, Manavantra, and the commencement of the tenure of the Manu. So, Prati Puranamlo, each and every Purana will discuss about the Srishti Rachana. It will discuss about the Vamsha, who would be following this Vamsanu Charitra, and also the Manvantra, in which Manu it has been started and how it is going to be get destructed. So these things are discussed in each Purana. We also find 4 Purusharthas discussed in each Purana. There are 4 Purusharthas. Just remember this multiple choice question. How many Purusharthas are there? Purusha plus Ardha Purushartha. Every human being should be able to achieve. Artha means achieving something, earning something. Earning what? Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So 4 Purusharthas. How to live, how to lead the life, how to earn money in a righteous manner, how to fulfill our desires, and how to get rid of desires. Dharma, to follow everything in a righteous manner. Artha, how to earn money to live happily. Kama, how to fulfill our desires in a virtuous manner. Moksha, how to get rid of disease. So each and every Purana will discuss about the 4 Purusharthas. And also dharmas, darshanas, and adhyatmika spirituality with the help of akhyanas. What do you mean by akhyana? Means story. Fables and a story. So each and every Purana will contains many stories which will help you to understand the dharma present or the dharmas discussed in the Puranas. And according to the traditional scholars, all these Puranas were given in a particular order. So each and every Purana, as we said, it discusses the subject is creation and delusion. Now let us see. These are the Puranas which has been discussed. 18 Puranas: Brahma Purana, Padma Purana, Vishnu Purana, Shiva Purana, Bhagavata Purana, Narada Purana, Markandeya Purana, Agni Purana, Bhavishya Purana, Brahma Vivarta Purana, Linga Purana, Varaha Purana, Skanda Purana, Vamana Purana, Kurma Purana, Matsya Purana, Garuda Purana, Brahmanda Purana. So each and every Purana were written by different scholars. So how many shlokas are present in each Purana I have given here in this table. How many shlokas are there. So all these Puranas was supposed to be written by different authors which were transferred by VYASA. Some say that all were written by VYASA, some say that it was written by different authors. So they won't ask about authors, they might ask how many Puranas are there. A simple example, I am going to stop here. So how many people have watched the film Bharati Yudu? I guess it is in the film Bharati Yudu. They have discussed if a person earns money by feeding polluted food or by feeding unhealthy meals, how he should be killed. If a doctor is not taking care of his patients and if he is trying to earn money by giving wrong medicines or by taking more money from the patients, how that person will be dying. So how he is going to die is already given in the Garuda Purana based upon our karma. Whatever the karmas or whatever the actions which we are doing, how we are going to get our death, how we are going to die is given in the Garuda Purana. Similar to that, each and every Purana will give the creation as well as the destruction, how we are going to destruct, how we are going to die is given in these Puranas. I am going to stop here. In the next class, we will discuss about Shad Darshanas. So, in short, today we have discussed about Shrutis. In Shrutis, Vedas, Vedangas, Upavedas. Every Shruti has 4 parts. That is, every Veda has 4 parts that we have discussed. From Smrutis, there are 3 Smrutis: Manusmruti, Yajnavalkya Smruti, and Parashara Smruti. Darshanas we will discuss in the next class. Puranas. So we said Shaiva Purana, Vishnu Purana, Brahma Purana. So these are the few Puranas which we have discussed. And yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Ma'am, can you share these notes, whatever you have discussed till now, ma'am?
This everything is present in the QCI book. I just to teach you, I have typed everything yesterday for 2 hours.
Harita madam and Vijay madam, all just you should remember at least the headlines and the types parts. For your theory examination purpose is enough. It's not in the practical.
Okay,
Practical,
sir.
what I am sharing, please watch this video and write the notes. That is for practical. Understand? Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.